The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha.
Yes.
And welcome to number 59 of Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. We got one,
John Hendricks, yes.
and yours truly, J.E. Orozco. Thank you very much for tuning on in. Well, we had a lot of fun on the last show talking about who we thought in the NFC was going to be taking their respective divisions.
Yeah.
And today,
Wow.
it's no different.
No different.
But today's a little bit different because episode number 59 and all the teams that we're talking about here on the AFC side seems to be like people are leaning in that direction as far as champions for Super Bowl 59, which is this year, okay?
Yeah. Matches up nicely with our episode.
So here we go. This is the AFC, all right?
The American Football Conference.
Now, the one we start off with is the East. And, well, let me preface this by saying,
Yeah.
it's tough in the NFL to win a division, okay?
To win a game.
And then here I am trying to predict, right? Okay, this is my hierarchy of how they're going to do. And you look at them, and you're going like, well, I don't know. You go one way, then you go back the other way, then you go back the other way. It's tough, man.
May I issue a disclaimer at this point, especially, what we're doing right now, we're basing it off of what we saw last year, right? What remains on those teams, growth from the players that remain on those teams, drafts and draft picks, health, and then free agency. And for fun. This is just for fun. Don't hold us to it, although we'll hold ourselves to it. We'll look back.
Yes,
We'll look back.
We're
Yeah.
archiving it for
Yeah.
sure, boy.
This is just for fun.
Well, let's kick it off with the AFC East, as we mentioned, and that is the perennial division that gets hurt a lot because they got a lot of good teams in there. One specific good teams who many are saying perhaps will be the Super Bowl champion finally. And I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills.
Finally, right. When you say finally, you mean after like decades of torture,
Yes.
including 4 straight Super Bowl appearances without sniffing a win unless you count wide right, Scott Norwood. Finally.
Gee whiz.
It's been a long time. Boy, wouldn't that be great?
And one of the main reasons is the league's MVP hails from Buffalo. That is one Josh Allen. And the biggest thing I think for him is that he got married.
He did. Yep.
So now he's firmly, okay, I'm done with everything else. I'm focused in on football and my home and making everything happy.
I saw a little brief interview during a midst of a preseason game. They asked about his marriage, and he answered very well. He seemed very content already.
Yeah.
That can't hurt. That can't hurt. Get that distraction out of the way.
Oh,
Be
boy.
content. Also very content with a nice, juicy new contract extension as well, which hopefully he will be a Bill for life, whatever that means.
I think that's
Yeah.
going to be the case
So that's
there.
a good start for them. Yeah,
Well, they have 5 consecutive seasons of winning the AFC East.
absolutely.
This looks like number 6, okay?
Yeah.
I've got them at number 1, and then at number 2.
Yeah. What do you like it too? I'm curious.
And again, you have a little influence on number 2, New England Patriots. You've been singing their praises. You're thinking Drake May and Vrabel and the rest of them are going to be able to put it together this year.
Enough to be number 2, and I may probably again. I think Senator Borton, maybe not enough for a tournament game, but enough to be number 2, and that largely rests on maybe who you're going for 3 or 4 is. How I feel about the Dolphins.
Let me ask you though, the Patriots.
Yeah.
4-13 last season.
Okay.
How
Right.
many are they going to win this year?
9 or 10.
9.
9 or 10. Winning record.
9, yeah.
Winning
Yeah,
record. That's
yeah.
a big jump.
All right.
A plus 5 or 6 game win
Right.
differential. That's a big jump. It's a big jump for a young quarterback. Some uncertainty there. I think I like their line play coming into the season, defensive line and offensive line, which is obviously critical game in the trench. I think I like where they're going there too. I think they're going to run the ball a lot under Vrabel. I mean, I know they don't have
Yes.
Derrick Henry,
Yeah,
and I know
yeah.
another team does in a different division, but I think that's going to happen. It's going to bode well for the
Well,
Patriots.
I have them at number 2. Is that where you got them or what?
I've got them at number 2 as well.
Okay.
Remind me, I know the Dolphins are there somewhere in this division.
Yeah.
And then the remaining team in this division, why am I overlooking them so much?
The Jets.
That's why.
Okay, well, the Jets themselves, okay, this is like
Sorry.
this is a prove-it year for them, I say, for the management. Okay, hey, We did Aaron again. We don't want Aaron anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to Justin Fields, of all places. That's going to be the starting QB, I got a feeling.
100%.
Yeah.
It's already locked in. I don't really see it panning out to anything consistent or an offensive threat. So you're talking about winning games with defense and special teams, which seems suited to Aaron Glenn, their new head coach coming over from Detroit. So I think there'll be spurts of success and look good at times, even within games that they lose. But honestly, when I compare them to the Patriots, no, it's not there. So now I'm looking at comparing them to the Dolphins. And where do they match up with the Dolphins? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I got them at number 3 and the Dolphins at number 4.
Wow.
Too much inconsistent play from the Dolphins there. And again, Mike McDaniels, does he have the goods to be a premier coach there, okay? He got some good tools there.
Yeah.
Although, the Tariq Hill, I don't know what to think about him, right? Is he a plus or a minus or kind of in between? How does he feel today? How is he going to act today kind of thing? And that's not good.
I like how you're making some bold predictions. You're dropping the Dolphins all the way down to the cellar.
Right.
And you know why I don't have a problem with that? Because I don't see enough change there in any way, shape, or form to make me believe that they're going to be prominent anyway. They're going to be really relevant in the league for that matter. I just don't see it. It seems like they're trying to run back the same thing over and over again. And I too, I apologize. Mike McDaniels has never done anything to me personally. I just don't view him as quality head coaching material. It's little things. I mean, this is going to sound bad, but I don't think you can wear capri pants during a during a game and really.
Fashion statement by one John.
I'm sorry, but
fashion.
You're trying to engender the
Turn
respect
to the left.
of your players. And remember, the knock on them is that they're soft. So is he trying to prove they're not soft by looking soft and saying it's not looks, it's how you manage the team and it's how you instill confidence in them and it's how you build them up to be tough. I just don't see anything big or different from the Dolphins. I think the change in coaching regime and quarterback regime with the Jets, again, could lead them to spurts of success. And I just don't know if the Dolphins can stay healthy with Tua, with Waddle, with Hill, that rely on so much. And any one of those players isn't available, it's losses. It's L's.
But no question in your mind, the AFC East is won by Buffalo.
I've no doubt.
Adding Joey
Mrs. Henrik
Bosa to the defense really doesn't hurt either, boy. You're really going to shore up that defense, which has been a bugaboo of it.
How much does Bosa help if he does? How much can he play? And how much is he a factor when he's out there? Intriguing. Maybe if it's anything more than Von Miller gave him when they brought him over for the same purpose, you're looking at an upgrade.
Well,
and
there
you're
we
looking
go.
Potentially, at not just winning the division yet again for I think the 6 straight years you said.
6 straight years.
But it being an even bigger threat in the tournament, which they've been a pretty darn big
They're
threat.
projected to go deep in the playoffs and
gotten so close.
meet who in the championship
I don't
game.
know
We'll get
who.
to that.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll move right
Yeah.
along to the AFC North. Ravens obviously are the favorite to win there. Okay.
Are they? Yeah.
But you look at the Bengals, and the Bengals, late breaking, Ted Hendrickson signs a contract or 1 year. He added $14 million for 1 additional year, and plus he gets to be a free agent next year as well.
Very rare thing you see in these type of negotiations is no extension but a raise. A raise.
Yep.
Just for the time he's there. I like it for what the Bengals did there overall. Not knowing what the future holds for Mr. Hendrickson.
4 straight years All-Pro. Okay.
I mean, he's been fantastic.
Yeah. Led the NFL in sacks last year. He does that again this year. Boy, that free agent market is going to be hot for him.
Yeah, granted. But do you think that's enough? Yeah, his re-signing and maybe getting Shamar Stewart too. Adding to the line and things of that nature, is that enough to put him near or at where the Ravens are projected to finish in the division this year? Who you got at number 1?
No, for the North is the Ravens, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We got the Ravens, and then coming up at number 2, Cincinnati, we got Joe Burrow there. He should finish it out for him this year, okay? Got a lot of good players there. Just signed his defensive stalwart there, okay? So I look for him to be the guy that carries them over.
I think he did everything he could last year to be that guy. They just started out so slow, as they've done in so many years. It's a well-worn story about these slow starts from the Bengals. So they took a different approach this year.
1-3.
Yeah, and it's been consistently that bad at the beginning. Then they play catch-up, and it's too hard to play catch-up. We talked about it last year. That first game loss to the Patriots, oh, well, no big deal. It's just the first game. We talked about how much those things matter. You lose to a team that ends up only winning 4 games, and you end up not making the tournament. It's rough, but they've taken a different approach. They being the Bengals this year, they played their starters in preseason. I think there's more activity in camp, more activity in these kind of dual practices that are being held.
They're doing their best, right? Because they put Burrows in there for a substantial amount of snaps in this last game. Why? Because in years past, hey, we're gonna. Put them in the egg carton there and keep them nice and safe there. But this year they said, no, we want to get off the mark quickly this year.
I see them finishing second, but I really hope for the NFL's benefit that second place finish is enough to get him in the tournament, because the NFL playoffs are not nearly as good without Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They're just not. It's better with them in it.
T. Higgins in that mix as well.
But especially that tandem. And I don't want to just say all Joe Burrow, because Jamar Chase is going to call me because we're close. And he's going to say, hey, Henricks, don't you think I matter to how, Joe Burrow's career and how widely he's revered? And he does. He's a big factor in it. So the tournament's better with them in it. We're all better off for it.
Quick start. That's what they're looking for. Okay,
We're all better off for it.
Number 3 is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers will do some work. Will they win 9 games at least? 9-8?
I'm going to part company with you here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to drop them down to the bottom. I'm going to say this is the year it kind of breaks for the Steelers. And I'm widely influenced by recent discussions I've had with Mrs. Hendricks. We've been talking football. We've been getting excited for this season. We're not just talking Bills football. We're not just homers. I'm a Cowboys fan. But we've been talking across the league, and she's got me convinced. And I talked about it, too. We talked about, hey, remember that holding period where they're just like, is Rodgers going to come or not? How many months of that we had to deal with? And I said, does this look bad for them that he's held out this long? I said, it looks bad for them that they have to ask him to come aboard. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work from an offensive standpoint of the game. I don't think they have a running game. I have concerns about their offensive line. If you're going to put everything on that defense and an aging Aaron Rodgers that at his best moments last year looked pretty good, but not great, and at his worst moments look really bad, I can see the Browns, even though they have this rotisserie of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I trust Myles Garrett. I trust Stefanski to just edge out. I'm not saying the Steelers are going to have a horrible year. I don't think they're going to drop down to 6 wins or 5 wins, but I think they could go 8-9, and I think that the Browns could go 9-8.
Boy, I think even in 8-9, you're talking about calls for Tomlin to exit stage left.
Not by me. Not by me.
That'll be quite a few. I mean, how many years now have they been not a factor in the playoffs?
I'll answer that question by saying, how much of it is Mike Tomlin's responsibility for securing a quarterback in the post-Roethlisberger area?
Right.
How much of it his responsibility, or is it the management? If it's his responsibility, then yeah, put him on the chopping block. But largely, their troubles have come from not having a reliable quarterback that they could rely upon in big game moments during the regular season, and then making the tournament and really just kind of showing up.
Yeah.
To be beaten by somebody in the wild card round.
Well, you put them at the Browns at 3 and Pittsburgh at the bottom. I got them opposite. I got 3 for Pittsburgh and the Browns at the bottom because Joe Flacco, 40-plus years old, getting up, he's going to get hurt, okay? He's going to pull a hammy. He's going to pull a calf muscle.
Good.
And we're going to have Dylan come in next.
Yes.
Okay, then Dylan, not performing his way. Okay, the next one is Shadur, okay? Shadur's not doing good either. Huntley's gone as well as Pickett.
Pickett's
so
gone.
They're only going with 3 now.
I think they haven't. Well, if you don't count Deshaun Watson, he's not available, obviously. But there's my hot take. Okay, the ball is gonna end up in Gabriel's hands, and I'm being a little bit of a homer here. I like what Gabriel's going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a rookie. You're putting a rookie out there, man.
A rookie that's not young, that has a ton of quarterback, not unlike Bo Nix.
We're far apart on this one here,
Bo Nix.
No way.
I think I like what I saw in preseason, and they're not exhibition games. I like what I saw in preseason in these warm-up games, and I'm just going to have faith in him. Not to maybe, bring them into the tournament, but to be good enough to be better than the Steelers this year.
So, yeah, looking forward to that.
They meaning the Ravens.
We love that NFL, boys. Some good ball game. Move on to the AFC West and perennial home of the champion. I'll say champion, even though they took a misstep last year. But the Kansas City Chiefs, okay,
15-1.
yeah, there you go. The last 5 years, they've averaged
15-2,
about 12 wins per season.
Is that all?
Yeah, on the average.
Some rough years.
So yeah, expected to win again. Have 11 or 12 wins, and why? One, Patrick Mahomes is still there. Andy Reid is still there. Nothing has changed there specifically except for the line, which was a major issue last year, okay?
This is the division that I was most excited to hear your take on. Because we don't get together and talk about these things beforehand because it keeps the show fresh and exciting. So I really want to hear where you're going with this because of course, reigning conference champions didn't show up in the Super Bowl. We all remember that. But, 15-2 last year with a throwaway game. They really only lost one game as far as I'm concerned, but a lot of lucky wins last year too.
Yes.
And then, of course, development of teams beneath them in this division, namely being the Chargers and the Broncos. So I was interested in your take because I'm hearing a lot of, talk out there, chatter from the pros, if you will. They're going down this year. They're going down in the division. I've got they'll probably make the tournament. So I'm curious to hear what your take is. I'm just really confused. Not confused. I don't really know how to feel about this division right now. There's so much going on. So
it's
hit me
a tough division, boy. You got good coaches. You got good players, okay? You got all the teams save the Kansas City Chiefs because they're already there, but all of them are up-and-comers, okay?
Up-and-comers. We don't know. Unproven.
I got at number 2.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos.
Okay.
10-7 last year, but they've got Peyton as their head coach. Got Bo Nix, who's been showing really good things there. Yeah. Got a good running game. Got a very, very good defense. Okay, looking for them to improve on that 10-7. Boy, this is a real tough one for a lot of people. And again, this AFC West. And then you look at the Chargers, 11-6 last year. Okay,
nice record.
Harbaugh, a good coach too.
Very good
on
coach.
The way up. You see, every year that he was there, more wins, and he's getting the players that he wants. Okay, and then the Raiders. Okay, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith. Yeah. Rest of them, the newly acquired Kenny Pickett.
Oh, right. That's where you went. Thank you. Yeah.
That'll make a difference.
But not a bad backup, maybe.
They've got things going on there that they're trying to shore up. Ashton Genty. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing what he has, the real NFL, not college ball there. So, again, 1 is the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 for the Broncos, 3 for the Chargers, and 4 for the Raiders.
I'm fine with the Raiders where you put them. The 2 things they got going for them that I can count on are Max Crosby and Brock Bowers. That's about it. I mean, you could say Pete Carroll's a coach, but he hasn't been around in a while. I see him running around out there like he's a young man, but he's not. But he's got the energy for it. He clearly has the pedigree, the wins, the experience, and the knowledge. But that's just not enough for me to put them up ahead of the Broncos, Chargers, the Chiefs. I'm fine with keeping the Chiefs at number 1, although I will say this has got to be Travis Kelce's last year.
And by the way, he got engaged.
It's breaking news. It's really, it warms my heart.
Taylor Kelsey? Nah. No, she'll keep her name, man.
Hey, is this a Kelsey-Swift or a Swift-Kelsey? I don't know.
I'm sorry for digressing into more popular entertainment.
It's part of the game. So I'm okay with that, although I could see a scenario, if you will, where there's a drop-off, but it's just hard to imagine. And I'm not going to, I converted to be of the Mahomes camp in the sense that, am I rooting for him? Not necessarily, but you have to acknowledge his greatness. It's still there. So I can't yet put Bo Nix or Justin Herbert above him, and I'm largely looking at quarterbacks in these rankings because quarterbacks matter. So when we go to 2 and 3, and you've made your 2 and 3 clear, are you basing any of this at all on the fact that you have more faith in Bo Nix than Justin Herbert?
I have. Oh wow! See, that's a tough one.
I'm sorry,
because
that's what we're here for.
I look at the coaches too, but they knock each other's out as well. Boy.
Right. So bap.
Boy, it's almost a flip of the coin there for me.
So and both teams have good defenses. Shockingly, if you look back, Chargers defense last year had was really high in all categories. They haven't really lost much there. They don't have Slater, their tackle, for the whole year, which they're relying upon for their run game. And having Joe Alt and Slater there together was going to be formidable for ball control, running the clock, time of possession, and also, which again helps your defense. So having Slater not being there, and quite frankly, I don't think Justin Herbert's that much better, if he is better than Bo Nix. I am more than fine with having the Broncos as a number 2, and maybe not even being that close. As far as maybe there'll be a 1-win difference between the Broncos and the Chargers, where the Broncos will be ahead of them in the standings. And I also look at the Broncos as returning to the tournament. I don't know if meaning this division will field 3 teams like they did last year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, the Chargers are pretty good.
Other teams have gotten better, boy. So, and
Yeah.
we look to our next group here, and that is the AFC South. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Houston Texans are the favorites to win
Sure.
for this
Why not?
2025-26 season, okay? So I've got them, the way it goes for the South is Texas number 1, Jags number 2, the Colts number 3, and the Titans rounding out things at number 4. Okay? The Texans, okay? Trying to go back 3 years in a row, right? They've won 10 games in each of the last 2 seasons, huh? Never had 3 straight in franchise history.
Double-digit wins.
Or made the playoffs in 3 straight
Never.
seasons. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So they got a lot of good momentum going there. One negative there, Joe Mixon out for about 4 games there. So,
That's a problem.
but that gives that rookie an opportunity to get out and show what he can do. Kind
It
of
does.
thing.
And also, I believe that their wide receiver room is healthier right now, which really matters a lot too. That's what hurt them last year.
They added Christian Kirk too.
Yeah, Nico Collins going down.
Yeah. Was big.
Much as Godwin going down for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was able to recover from that, and they made the tournament, and so did the Texans, to their credit. But that was a massive loss for the Texans last year when Collins went down. So all this fun talk right now, of course, is based upon everybody being healthy. So I'm fine with that too, because I'm not ready, of course, to put the Jaguars ahead of the Texans, because Stroud has played better than Lawrence thus far in their careers. And Lawrence might have a better year this year. People are projecting him to have his best year
That
yet.
He has to have a good
But
year.
that's all hypotheticals. That's all hopes and dreams. What we've seen on the field thus far is that Stroud has been better, and he didn't have his best year last year. I'm looking for him to have a comeback year, if you will, kind of better, more comparative to 2 seasons ago than last season.
But it's going to be interesting because I mentioned Christian Kirk is there now. Also, Stephon Diggs is there.
Nope, he went over to the Bills.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which I don't know if that's going to help the Bills or not. We'll see about that. But I still like their weapons on offense, and I really like their defense a lot. And I think they've got something to prove this year, because last year didn't go the way they wanted it to. Sure, they made it to the playoffs, but they just got ceremonially dumped. And that was, again, largely due to injuries. So healthy year for them. I like what they have to bring. They should be hungry, which was important.
Right.
And I just don't know that Jags can make that jump. So I can see the Jags winning 9 or 10 games this year, which would be incredible for them. My concern with the Jaguars, and I said they'd be my surprise team a couple episodes ago. Like, they'll be my surprise team. You picked Arizona. I picked the Jaguars to be my breakout team this year, and I based it to a large extent on Travis Hunter coming in and making a big difference. I'm a little bit concerned about that now that I've seen some preseason, and not his play, but just looking at his size out there with the other professional football players. I don't know that you can tackle as a cornerback with that size. And I'm even worried as a receiver getting hit. It might limit his route.
Really? Okay. You have some doubts there, huh?
Well, it's just I don't want to doubt him, because I believe his attitude, his professionalism, his work ethic is, it's there. It's all there. There's no one. I'm not saying he's the best at it, but nobody exceeds him at that. All those things to be a great are there. But at some point in time, not having that structure, if you will, physically is going to affect you, especially if you want to tackle big receivers, especially if you have to tackle running backs, as a quarterback. You got to do that. And there's some large running backs
That's
out there.
when you have that business decision, whether to tackle them or just kind of hold on to
and
them.
that can win or lose games. And so I'm concerned about him being able to play 17 games. I'm not talking about both sides of the ball. I'm talking about even on one side of the ball. which will affect, of course, the Jaguars' prospects. So that being said, I'm going to reverse the 3 and 4 on you because I just have no faith in Daniel Jones. So when you get the Colts, you got Daniel Jones and a ton of really good skill position players, but I don't think he can deliver to them. With the Titans, it's the reverse. You got Cam Ward and Ridley as your only real established skill position player. But that being said, I'm sorry, but I have so little faith in Daniel Jones.
See, that's where you and I are different there, okay?
Yeah.
I have a little more, well, a lot more than Richardson, okay? Richardson,
absolutely.
I'm saying, wow, they let him on too soon.
Yeah.
He didn't have very much of a collegiate career as well.
Not really.
Daniel Jones has got some NFL experience under his belt, okay? So that I think this is the way to go, okay? Let's see what Daniel Jones can do for the Colts. Because, again, you mentioned Warren. They got the running
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he's a
I mean,
beast.
there's just a lot of them.
Mitchell at receiver. They got a lot of good parts there. They got a good O-line. So it pains me to say this, but I'll go back to my saying of no memories is better than bad memories. And Daniel Jones has got a lot of bad memories. It'd be hard to overcome that. I didn't see anything in preseason that really made me feel great about him. I didn't even really see that he really outplayed Anthony Richardson to that degree in preseason. And what I saw from Cam Ward was, man, that guy can throw a beautiful ball. We'll see how that demonstrates itself on the field, because you have to play the complete game as quarterback. You have to understand, when to run the ball, audibles, ball control. We'll see how he pans out as a quarterback, but if that's a hot take, I don't think it is. I'm going to go same 1-2 with you, but I'm going to go Titans at 3 and the Colts all the way in the cellar. This is just for fun.
All the way in the cellar.
All the way in the cellar.
Yeah, we should find that. I tell you what.
Bottom floor.
I'm thinking here in the last few years, again, COVID being one of the main instigators of this, the quarterbacks that have come out in the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, man, have all been suspect because they never stayed at one program for a long period of time, learned how to do one to another offensive coordinator to another. Man, we've had Show from New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
The quarterback. 5, I think it's 5, 4 at a minimum, different schools that he went to.
Yeah.
Collegiately.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like 27 years old.
What are you learning?
Yeah. Penix Jr. I mean, a lot of these guys, I mean, all you can say is, we got J.J. McCarthy that was only at Michigan. I mean, I hear what you're saying there. It's been a very transient experience for our quarterbacks coming in, and Cam Ward, definitely fits that bill.
For sure.
But I like him. I like Cam Ward.
All right, there you go for the AFC. We have in the East, the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
In the North, the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh, shocking. Yeah.
In the South, the Houston Texans.
Shocking. Yeah.
And in the West, the Kansas City Chiefs.
We really went on some limbs there.
Okay, so those are the 4, right? We're looking for, 3 more?
Oh, yeah.
Playoff teams
You
there?
tell me who, and I'll say yes or no, because I don't know.
We'll see. I'll say number 2 would be Broncos.
I like it.
Okay, then we go to Bengals.
I love it. Please, Bengals make it.
And then 3 would be Chargers.
Hard to argue against that. But who are we missing out on then? We're not missing the Steelers anymore with nobody.
No.
Yeah, not really. No. Yeah.
Patriots.
Let me
Dolphins.
see your little picture there. Who would I miss then if with the guys you picked? No one. I like it.
So there we go, boy.
Can we just set that up now? No, I love the regular season. I love the regular season.
We shall find out, and so will you, about your favorite team. Thank you very much for tuning on in. As always, don't forget, sports@naleo.tv. Question, comments, opinions, whatever it may be, send them on in, and we'll talk about you on the next show. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. My name is Jay Orozco.
John Henricks.
We bid you a fond aloha.
We hope.